with all of my faves and hates for the past month. And I'm going to tell you guys them today. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get started. Alright, so the first one that I have for you guys today, so my first faves is going to be these Lindt Peppermint chocolates. So I went to Kohl's, where I work, and they have all our like Christmas stuff, and I was doing some Christmas shopping for my parents, and I remember seeing these, and they were on sale for a Black Friday sale, and I wanted to get some for myself, and this was the only like bag of them, and I got these like just peppermint assortment of chocolates. It comes with two different flavors of chocolates. So this one is a white chocolate peppermint, and this one is a milk chocolate peppermint, and I love just like chocolate and peppermint. That's like my favorite thing. Like, I know a lot of people don't like mint chocolate, but I love mint chocolate. It's one of my favorite flavor combinations, and I love eating it. Maybe I'll have one now. Alright, so I'm gonna have one of these little milk chocolate ones. Alright, so this is what it looks like. It's on the Lindt like chocolate. It has that like smooth chocolate center. And these are really good. I like to put them in my lunch when I go to work. I like put one in my bag and I take them to work. And they're really good. They're a nice dessert. But yeah, so that's the first fave sits for the month of November. Alright, my first hate sits is my wrist. So it's healed now, but so the other day I was doing some yard work with my dad, and I like turned like when I was like going around our fire pit, like mowing it, and I like turned my wrist wrong and I hurt my wrist. It's like fine now, but I wore a brace for a couple of days and it sucked. I hated wearing my brace, and because I had to go to work in my brace, and I just got people asking me like, oh, do you have carpal tunnel? Like, what happened to your wrist? And I was like, I hurt it, and it really hurt, but it was fine. I just kind of like twisted a muscle or something in it, but my wrist is fine now. Like, it's not that bad. But yeah, just I had like to wear my brace to sleep, and this was like my mom's like old brace that she had, so I was just wearing it, but it just kind of was annoying to sleep in. But yeah, that's just like a little small one, because like not a lot like of bad things happened this like month, but a couple things like did happen. Alright, so the next one is the FNAF movie. So I know this came out in October, but since the SAG, like it's part of like the Favs it's too, but like the SAG and WGA strikes are finally done. People can finally start talking about movies and stuff. And I wanted to say that I really, really enjoyed the FNAF movie. I don't know if I like even said anything, but I love the FNAF movie. I know there was a lot of like people saying, oh, the FNAF movie wasn't good or anything like that, like talking about it, and I actually really enjoyed the FNAF movie. I think it's just because that movie is very much made for said this, but yeah. So the movie was very much for the fans. It's like in the same boat as like the Mario movie, where like it's not going for any Oscars, but it is just a movie that the fans loved and stuff like that. I don't know if all the fans loved it, but I really enjoyed it. I've watched and people play, and I've played a little bit of FNAF myself ever since it first came out back in 2014, and it feels weird because people say like, oh, I was like in 4th, 5th grade when I started playing FNAF or watching FNAF, when I was like literally a freshman in high school, when people started playing FNAF and watching it, and it was like, man, like FNAF has kind of spanned all kinds of different genres. But yeah, the FNAF movie was really good. I think my favorite part, I don't know, like I don't really remember a lot because it was like a month ago since the FNAF movie came out, so I don't really know remember a lot from the movie, but I did really enjoy it. I don't know if I even talked about it the last time, but I did really enjoy the FNAF movie, and I'm also just really happy that the SAG and WGA strikes are over, because I'm really happy that they finally were able to strike a deal, because I know that this could have gone on for a long time, and I'm just happy that the agreement was finally set, and hopefully actors will finally start getting a better wage. And also I'm really excited too because Epic Elementary is finally coming back. Like, I know it's like kind of selfish to think like, oh, I'm the only reason I'm happy about the WGA strikes being done is that we can finally talk about the movies and that Epic Elementary is coming back, but I am definitely really happy about it. Like, I didn't even talk about Barbie and all that stuff. Like, I did not talk about any of the new movies that I watched because I did not want to talk about anything during the strikes. But I'm happy the strikes are over, and hopefully, like, more strikes happen for more people, because like this was like a lot for the actors, but a lot of different parts of the film industry should really be fighting for better pay. But yeah, so that is my second fave sits for the month of November. Alright, my second hate sits, I would say, is Black Friday. So Black Friday, because I already did a whole video like this past OMG Mondays. I did a whole video talking about Black Friday and just Black Friday weekend in general, and I talked about it, but in general, Black Friday is crazy. Like, I did not have fun at all, and it was just like a nightmare to deal with. But yeah, I hated Black Friday. It was annoying, and yeah, I hope I never get to experience that again. Alright, that is the second hate sits for the month of November. Now time for my final fave sits. So, I don't think I really ever said this on camera, but I am somewhat of a fan of analog horror. So analog horror is basically a new emerging type of horror genre where the horror is implemented in very old styles of film, like VHSs and 16mm, stuff like that. And there is a lot of different analog horrors, like the Walton Files, like the student, like Channel 58. I can't remember them a lot on the top of my head, but a lot of analog horror is like based on like certain things, and like I've been seeing a lot more analog horror based on like pop culture topics, and this one was really interesting, and I really enjoyed it, and I wanted to talk about it here. And it is called The Man in the Suit. So The Man in the Suit is an analog horror series. I think it's called like based on like the channel name is like called The Unknowingly. I think that's what it's called. But if you just look up the title of the Man in the Suit analog horror, you'll find it. And also, like, I never watched an analog horror like actual video. I've only watched reactions because like even just that I get extremely scared, and like get nightmares and I can't even sleep because of it. So yeah, the man in the suit is a Godzilla analog horror series where it centers around these tapes being found where and like it's like accounting like this weird like virus that started from a man in a Godzilla suit from the original Godzilla movie, where this man took like some pill where it like made him fuse to the suit, and he has become like nuclear and stuff. And this was like in the 50s, and he wanted to get revenge on all the Americans because his family died in Hiroshima, and I think it's really interesting. Like, the series is still ongoing, so there's still a lot of episodes coming out. So I really suggest you guys at least either watch like a explaining video on it, or just watch it for yourself, because I think it's really interesting, and I love that people are now making more analog horror series based on more like pop culture-y topics. Like there's like FNAF, there's Kirby, Super Mario, Godzilla, even Jurassic Park, and I think it's just really interesting, and I think it's really cool. So yeah, that is my final favorites for the month of November. So this last one is just like so my final one is Uber. So did I use Uber the entirety of my last 2 years of college? Yes. Did I rely on it a lot? Yes. Do I also think it is very annoying and extremely anxiety-inducing? Yes. So this happened a couple weeks ago. I think it was like last week or the week before, like 2 weeks ago. I think it was last week. So my parents were gone because they were going to San Francisco because my brother needed to go to his dentist appointment because he's going to a specialist because he has a lot of cavities and he needed to get a root canal, but it's been taking a couple of weeks, so they go like every other week to San Francisco. And so that means like last week I had to go to work through Uber. Like, I've done this a lot of times before and it's always gone well, but this time it's just like, I don't know why, it was terrible. So I take an Uber like at least like an hour and 20 minutes before I was supposed to actually start my shift, because it gives me enough time to get there and not have to worry about like really a lot like being late. But I was like, well, I'm always like there really early, I'm just always walking around doing stuff and like not really doing anything else, so I'm like, why not just go a little bit later, like maybe just go an hour, like call the Uber like an hour before my shift, and it'll be there in like 15-20 minutes, and I'll be able to get there with like enough time to spare to just be able to go and not have to spend a lot of time just walking around the area, just walking around the different stores that are around there, just like waiting for me to just walk in. But the one day that I wanted to do that, all the Ubers were full or busy or just doing other things, and like it just, like the one time I do a little tweak to my little schedule and everything flops. This happened before where like I talked about it before, but like I decided to leave a little bit later to go on a bus to go get an Uber to take the train home, and the Lyft canceled. I would have been late for my train, so I had to take another Uber all the way to my second train station. So yeah, I was just like, I was calling my mom, crying, just being like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? But thankfully, I called a cousin of mine, and she said, well, I'm just picking up my brother, and I can just come swing by and pick you up and take you to work. And I was like, thank goodness. So I did that, and I was able to get to work was able to just like, I wasn't like there too early, so I was able to just kind of get into work and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's why Uber is so annoying, because like either there's like no one, or no one wants to take me, or there's just like, and also it's just like the different areas. Like when I was like in like the LA area for college, like there were so many other Ubers, but then here where I am, I'm in a more rural area. I get no one. Like, it hasn't been that bad, but just like, it was just so annoying. But yeah, so